Or what?
You can film the Gorilla Theater.
Well, I'll definitely film it, if nothing else. There's a good
Last Monday we asked board of supervisors to grant a sanctuary for the occupation of the Presidio, San Francisco, and Marin County. As for the establishment of a National Native American University Cultural Center. There is a bill out in Congress. It was introduced by the American Samoan Congressman. And that's H.L. House Bill 1690. And that's National Native American Act of 1991. We are now about to embark on our march to the Presidio, to the San Francisco Presidio, over Golden Gate, to the Marin County Presidio at Point Baker. We are asking all of you, if you do march with us, move on and start.
Oh, I like the little angle it just made.
Here's It's shameful that the city of San Francisco has the police department over there with their buses where they've already calculated arrests. Now, it's shameful when people can come and protest genocide, 500 years of genocide, to come out here peacefully, but this is the way that we're treated. This is the way that we see the city of San Francisco react. The people in Denver, Colorado yesterday, the Italian community finally had some heart. They did not want to unleash the forces of the injustice system, the Denver Police Department, against the Indian community and the supporters, so they said, no parade. The Italian community, who we have respect for, we have no ill feelings towards the Italian people. They have said that they will look to calling it another day, maybe Italian Heritage Day, which is better than Columbus Day. Unfortunately, San Francisco has Angela Aliotto, who's standing behind racism, because she is standing as a buffer between a relationship between the Italian and the indigenous community. She has condemned the actions that we have taken place so far. She should stand in front. She should come up here right now representing the Italian community and apologize for what Christopher Columbus has done. I don't think that she's willing to do that. Because of votes from the Italian community, she wants to pay politicians. She doesn't want to play a human person. She cannot look at the fact that we have been in pain for 500 years. That in the United States we have lost 99% of our land base. That the United States government just a few months ago passed a law that says that they can terminate us as a tribe at any time, even if there's a standing treaty with us. Which means that they no longer have to use Gatling guns, they no longer have to use bombs and chemical warfare and smallpox blankets against us. They can just do it through legislation. That's called genocide. Now, politicians, if they care anything about humankind, they should step forward. They should be marching with us if they care, instead of worrying about the votes and where the finance is going to come for their election. I want to pass the on to George Bush. Are we agreed on that? Yeah! Are we all set to march? Yeah! Where is the reenactment of Christopher Columbus? Where are they? We had a ceremony this morning, sunrise ceremony. We prayed for a good day, and today is a good day. Everything that we said on the flyer, everything that we said to the press, everything that we said we were going to do, we are going to do. And we are going to let the police know that we are marching and we will not be stopped. The American Indian movement is not going to be deterred from marching the streets of San Francisco. Right. As we did yesterday in Denver, when they heard that the American movement was marching, they canceled that. So we're doing a little message over here that we intend to do the same thing here. I want to welcome everybody that's here. I'm very glad that we have all the concerned people marching in unity. I'm very glad that I see, I was very unsecure when I was standing by the corner. I thought, is this all the people? And then when I got here, you know, made me feel good. It's been a long time since I've seen a lot of people in the demonstration. When we had our demonstrations in front of the federal building in support of Wounded Knee, when we had the demonstrations in support of Leonard Peltier, we never saw a big crowd. And on November 9th, in St. Paul, Minnesota, Leonard Peltier is scheduled to have another hearing in court. So I'm turning it over to Bobby Castillo again, who is the international spokesperson for Leonard Peltier, and he'll give you more details on the November 9th in St. Paul on indigenous lands of North, Central, and South America. Since then, we've been called savages, heathens, redskins, and whatever kind of name they felt like giving us. Whenever we resisted, this government called us renegades. If they captured us and we escaped, this is what they called us, renegades. When we were captured, we were called prisoners of war. From the time the United States government signed their Constitution until 1915, the United States government they declared 54 official wars against Indian peoples. 54, mind you. Step by step in the building of the United States of America, from sea to shining sea, they say, was murdering Indian people. America, you should be ashamed of yourself. Yet in a 25-year period, the United States government from 1865 to 1890 gave out 400 Congressional Medal of Honor, the highest hero award that can be bestowed upon any soldier for going above and beyond the call of duty, for murdering unarmed men, women, and children. 365 at Wounded Knee, 20 medals, Congressional Medal of Honors were given out alone for that. The United States government figured they had their way with us. They figured there was no more resistance. They figured they could just push us to barren lands that were worthless, that the settlers didn't want to claim. They couldn't grow anything. They started diverting the waters to fulfill their communities and keep us waterless. They violated all 371 treaties that they signed with us. Almost all the male population was either drunk, on drugs, or in jail. Finally, Dennis Banks, Russell Means, Clyde Bellacourt got together in Minneapolis and said, enough. We are going to rise. We are going to renew the resistance.
Yeah!
And I'm proud. And I'm proud to stand beside brothers like George Martin, who's been in the movement since almost the beginning, and to be a member of the California American Indian Movement Council, and especially to be Leonard Peltier's international spokesperson. Because Leonard is one of the voices, our strongest voice. If Leonard was here today, those buildings would be filled. We would have had to get Candlestick Park, and they know this. He is our Nelson Mandela. Many more people want to come out here. 17 and a half years now, Leonard Peltier has not been able to get justice. 17 and a half years, think of that, of your life, being in a control unit, where there's behavior modification, which is where they try to modify your behavior through inducing drugs and chemicals on you, to try to break the resistance and the heart spirit of Leonard Peltier. But for 17 and a half years, they have not been able to do that. In July, there was a riot in Leavenworth, Kansas. And this riot, it had nothing to do with Indians. A prisoner was killed. So they charged Leonard for a part of that riot, which means they can in turn charge him for the murder of that prisoner and give him the death penalty. Through pressure, in support of the people, and a few politicians with backbone stood up and got the charges dropped on Leonard. A few weeks ago, because the government knows how much pressure we have put on them, there's been over 20 million signatures demanding the release of Leonard Peltier. Leonard Peltier, by members of the European Parliament, 67 Parliament members in Italy, support groups from all over the world, and millions of people around the world has nominated Leonard Peltier for the World Nobel Peace Prize for 1992. In October of 1991, we went to court. It actually started July 29th when the hearing started, where we charged the government with government misconduct, the creation of fear and intimidation, and the denial of due process. Leonard Peltier was not able to produce evidence that proved his innocence. Documents that were withheld by the United States government. He was not allowed to call one witness, one eyewitness in his defense. Now how was that due process? How was that justice? You know, justice isn't about any one of you neither. Justice means just us. The few privileged white people in America, the multinational corporations, just us is what it means. So the government decided
brother who gets us real pumped up. We have to remember that this sacred drum is in our presence. This is a time of prayer, of thought, of reflection, of healing. And what we can do, well, we have to think of what we can do after today, what we can do tonight, on a consistent basis in our prayers and in our practices. The purpose why you're out here, the purpose, what we do in our life, our calling. To my advisor here in my leadership, George Martin, said to us as a group the other night, we have people in prison for doing what we're doing today. We have to keep remembering that. We have to keep them in our prayers. We have to keep them safe. We have to keep them alive. We have to get them out. Today I hope that we will conduct ourselves while this drum is in our presence the way we should, the way our people have conducted ourselves for 500 years in the presence of our sacred ceremony, in the presence of our prayer and our medicine people. And I know that people of this time are starting to really look at that. We need to respect it. We need to wait. Wait always for the people, the indigenous people, to make the call. The call for prayer, the call for healing, the call for grouping and solidarity. This is the total island. We welcomed everybody here. We not asked anyone to leave. I would like to take this time out to yield the microphone to a young brother to make his way through the crowd, Jason. I need more representation from California. We need a youngster to speak. Bring Jason through, please. This is my style. I always want to round it off with future.
Right.
About a couple, you get a lot of large crowds, but you know, a few things that I know a lot of you don't know. I'm gonna kick out some numbers to you, so when you march, you think about it. In 1828, right here, back across the bay at a mission, at least 75,000 Indians died of an epidemic. So you think about that. That is some of the things that we had to endure here in California. That was just 1 year alone. My people, the Yuki, our first contact with white people was in 1852. Within 12 years, we went from a population count of at least 30,000 to 300. Think about that. Anyway, you do this march with a good heart, a clear mind, and everything will be good, eh? Awake? When Wounded Knee was going on in 1973, we had marches in San Jose, San Francisco, LA, and St. Paul. We're going to demonstrate. We're going to have a visual respect for you, but it's to ask you for support. One day in 500 years. But we're going to start from North Point.
Basic argument. If you stand for your right and you have the right to
Leaders of the Native American movement for bringing us together and for declaring the 500 years. Without them, none of us would be here. Thank you very much. I also want to bring you of a fast in the nation's capital on the steps of the Congress. Brian Wilson and Scott Rutherford are fasting for the indigenous peoples of the Americas. Okay? I also want to report that yesterday in San Diego there were over 2,000 Chicanos, primarily students, who were marching at the Mexican border. Fantastic! And the Chicano movement has been protesting and participating in all of the activities on the 500 years of resistance. But I also want to tell you that we know that we are doing a march of healing here, and when we think about all of the political prisoners, that we also think of all of the Mexican people that were killed. And many people do not know this. But when the United States acquired California, this was Mexico. This is our spot right here. When these territories were acquired from Mexico, California, Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, parts of Colorado, and parts of Idaho, there was an incredible genocide, and they went through and they killed all of the Mexican men and the women and the children, along with the Native American men, women, and children. And that is not, as we know, in our history books. And I also want you to remember the farm workers who have died in the struggle here in California, the 5 martyrs that have been killed because they have been trying to organize a union. And I want you to remember the children who are still out there dying of the pesticides that are being sprayed on them. We have another little girl 2 weeks ago, 9-year-old girl, who was found to have leukemia from the pesticides that are being sprayed. And not to forget the great boycott, and Cesar Chavez, and the boycott on Safeway. Okay, please don't forget that. And I especially want to say, the 500 years, we are going to declare an end to the colonization of the Americas. We're going to end it, right? We're going to get rid of the colonization. We're going to get rid of it. And I want you to remember also that women, all of us women who are here, Native Americans, Chicanas, Anglos, Asian women, we are part of the colonized people. Woo! When they came over with the Christianity religion, they treated us as property and continue to treat us as property. Woo! So remember that we are part of the colonized people. The Native American movement has brought us together here in this great march, and we're going to go on together, and we're going to change this, and we're going to end the colonization. And I want the Johatski to join me in some vivas, and a special one for the Chicano students who, as you know, every place where you have
Para participar en todos los eventos que a lo largo y ancho de California se están realizando para...
cultural activists written articles. I wrote names and places, but this person said, why don't they just stop protesting Columbus? He died 500 years ago. Or he came here, but we wish he died 500 years ago. But it's because they want to do it again. They want to recolonize the world. They want to recolonize the Western Hemisphere and Africa and Asia. We're not going to let it happen. When we march, and you know they wouldn't dare approach here while people are here, but when we go to march, let's remember we're celebrating the self-determination of oppressed peoples in whatever form, whether it's peaceful protest or whether oppressed peoples in the world decide they have to take up armed struggle. And they may choose one Peruvian leader, but they haven't solved the problem of hunger and malnutrition and dying and massacres in Peru. See the enemies in the audience? Because I know you're there. Everybody look around because you might be standing next to one of them. Please listen well, because this is a message for you. You can go ahead and get on your walkie-talkie and report back and let them know that we will be back. I'm going to let you do what they did in Denver. Pack the shit up now. We can go on about Earth Day. We can get down to the Civic Center and honor the ancestors who were here before us. We can go and do what we have to do. But just to make sure that we don't have to keep seeing Rodney King over and over and over again, like I know we do see every motherfucking day walking down these streets. There shouldn't be streets. There shouldn't be pavement on these streets. Every day that we walk down, we see that shit. And every day they try and celebrate that shit. The victory parade. Yay, yay, rah, rah, for fucking killing more people? What the fuck is up? 500 years of resistance, but we've also had 500 years of oppression. And we are now going to take the shit to the streets and continue with when we get over to Columbus, hi, where's the education system? What's going on? Why are our children still being taught this shit? What the fuck is going on? Okay? Why are we walking down streets called Columbus? Okay? But today we gonna walk that shit. Okay? We gonna walk down that street. And when we meet at Columbus and Francisco, and for those of you who aren't doing security, try and get there by 2, but if you are doing security, make sure that the drums and the pipes are safe. And I think people who are doing security are aware of when that will be. But if you're not, you got to meet down there. Because you've got to resist, my people. You have to resist. Okay, so I'm going to keep looking for our own out here in the crowd. And I have...
Just please.
Van Ness first, I think. What? You're celebrating death!
I know
you're busy, but she just might find time for this.
How long?
Wow.
What are they being arrested for? What are they being arrested for? Not coming, but we have to cross the street.
Patrol wagon.
Oh, I know why.
Hello,
Well done.
my name is Joe Sons. I'd like to thank you guys.